Hi everyone, it's Tim again. Welcome back to my kitchen. Tonight it's dinner time. It's about 5:50 p.m. right now, and my goal is to have dinner going and done in 30 minutes. As of right now, I have pork chops laid out. They're cold, they're in the fridge, but they're thawed out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with a simple recipe of I want one protein, which is going to be our pork chops. I want one starch, one side item. So that's going to be, today it's going to be mac and cheese. I'm going to show you guys how to do mac and cheese from scratch. We don't do that box stuff here in the house. Third, we're going to do a vegetable. Today we're going to do blanched and then sauteed green beans. That's the game plan. 30 minutes. Let's throw 30 minutes on the clock. Timer. 20:30. Start. Let's get to it. We can do this. Okay, so pardon that little interruption. The kids were outside playing in the water. Daddy may have gotten the water guns out for them, and they were playing in the kiddie pool and having a blast. Our local swimming pool shut down for the season, unfortunately, due to things going on in the world. So it's all right. We are at 22 minutes. We've got water boiling. Next thing I want to do is I want to do that roux. So let me get my saucepan. And I told you guys I wanted bacon grease. Let's get that bacon grease. I want about 3 tablespoons of grease. However, I'm just going to eyeball it. Warm that up. And then I'm going to get my flour ready with various seasonings. So the first thing we've got here is the grease. We'll heat that up shortly. Next, I want... Let's get these out of the way. About a 1/4 cup of flour. It's actually 3 tablespoons of flour to 3 tablespoons of grease, but since I didn't do it exactly, I just kind of make some, add as needed, and then I save the rest of it for later. Now for that, I'm going to add salt. I'm going to add pepper. Now, ground pepper, you know, the premium ground pepper or the tables pepper, whatever your family likes. And garlic. I'm also going to throw in a little bit of cayenne, paprika, just to give it a little bit of coloring. So, paprika. Now I'm going to try and do you guys justice here. Obviously this goes very quickly, so I have to be cooking and working the whole time as I'm trying to record, trying to talk to you guys. We're going to do the best we can, and we're going to have a good time while we're doing it. Get this out of the way. We're at 20 minutes. I'm starting to question if I'm going to make it or not. I am mixing in all my seasonings with my flour. I don't see enough pepper in there that I want to see. I'm going to add a dab more. Mixing that in here, trying to keep it off the countertop and off the phone. Clean as we go. Now, let's get that in here. We're going to go to the small handheld camera and we'll go from there. We're going to melt our grease. And when that's done, we're going to add our flour to it. Get that up on high. Our water over here is boiling nicely. It's got salt in it. We added that sea salt to it. Want it nice and salty. Basically, it's something you wouldn't want to drink, and that's what you're going to cook your macaroni in. So I'm hearing it starting to bubble. I'm going to throw in a dab of flour. Throw it all in. And then start to mix that. And I'm starting to see it change color. It's this one-handed. And it smells wonderful. Now, let's get that back on the fire, and we're going to take our milk. We'll get that in here. And you're hearing that begin to bubble. Let's go ahead and mix. Now I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. It's still on high, but it's not on the absolute hottest. I don't need it red. And we're just going to cook until it thickens. This will take a few minutes. So after a couple minutes here, you'll see that it's made this nice and thick, consistency. I'm going to add another round of liquid to it. Overall, probably about a cup, 2 cups of liquid, just enough to get the desired consistency. Let's get that in there. We are at the 13-minute left mark. I really need to get my pork chops on here before too long. Otherwise, I'm not going to make it today. As of right now, we are still working on that cheese sauce. One more ingredient in here, and that is the cheese. Let's get the cheese in there. Let's get that starting to melt. Good stuff. Now, I will confess, today we're using, what is this? This is cheddar. Yeah, it's cheddar. It looks like cheddar, doesn't it? Yeah, we're using cheddar cheese. Normally when I do this, normally I will use Velveeta because it melts a lot nicer. I'm using cheddar today because it was already cut up, and we're running short on time. The clock is telling me, hey, you better speed it up if you want to make it within 30 minutes. And Hannah is working on the boys' baths upstairs, so I'd like to get it done in time. Got my chicken nuggets going. The sauce is about done. Let me get you guys a good shot of that. This is our sauce right here. I want to give it one more good stir. And that is money. We're going to go with it. We're going to set that off to the side here. Get that spoon out. Get the macaroni in there. And then let's get on those pork chops. We'll be running out of time. Okay. Okay, we're going to do one more trick to help these steaks, or these pork chops cook just a little faster. And that is we're going to thin them down. We're going to get some aluminum foil right here. Take it out. Fold this over. And what I want to do is I want to make it just a little thinner so that way it doesn't take as long as it took all the way through. And we're going to baste it in butter. It's going to be great. I'm not worried about that. So we're just going to come over here and 1, 2, 3, a couple more times. There we go. And you've got the indentation from the bottom of the can. There we go. Love it. 1, 2, and let's do the next one. 1, 2. This one flattened a lot faster. Hi there, sous chef. All right, go ahead and turn it on. We got a helper over here. I'll be right back. Okay, we are sitting at 7 minutes and don't have much time left. I don't think we're gonna make it today, but 1, 2, and this is a half cup. 3, 4, and let's just finish off the box. Let's get that going. Get rid of this. Our pan is hot. Let's get our pork chops down. You hear that sizzle? I'm going to take to the hand cam, and we'll go from there. Our pork chops are in the pan, seasoned with salt, pepper, garlic, and steak seasoning. The macaroni's going. We're going to turn that down so it doesn't boil over. Okay, at this point we're going to throw our butter in. We're going to take some Italian seasoning, basically some thyme, some oregano, and rosemary. We're going to get that in the pan. going to check my pork chops underneath. Flip them. He's probably going to have to go into the toaster oven and broiler or something to get that kind of finished cooking on the inside. He's too thick. I didn't get him beat down good enough. Alright everybody, the last shot did not turn out the way I wanted it to, and at that point the kids were coming in, they just finished their baths, it was, everybody was getting hungry, it was time to eat, and it was very rushed. I didn't get to give the shot that I wanted to give justice. That is, I didn't get to really show you how to get the technique, plus I have the camera woman here now. Babe, I'm glad you're here, thank you very much. I love you. And while she's here holding the camera, I'm actually going to come over here and just go ahead and bring the camera on the pan. Now obviously there's nothing here, but at the time, the steaks were going, and I just put in 3 tablespoons of butter along with the Italian seasoning, the rosemary, the oregano, and the basil that I had mentioned earlier. This is just one I pre-bought at the store. But what I've seen professional chefs do is they'll put in 3 tablespoons of butter, let that begin to melt, add their green to it, and they'll tilt their pan this way so all the butter is going down, and with a spoon, they're basting the meat. And what that's going to do is it gives it that brown color, that beautiful coloring that we had in that steak, and that's what you're going to see here in the next shot in the final picture. So when you're doing this, be sure to, add that butter in, get that nice color. I'm using a cast iron pan, so I'm able to deglaze it with a little bit of water and still get those brown bits that are, cooked in on the bottom of the pan as we were letting those pork chops go. And here we have our final product. We have our three item menu. We have our protein, our butter basted pork chop, we have our green beans, we have our macaroni and cheese, homemade, and we've got a family that is very hungry and ready to eat it, so we are going to sign off and we're going to get to it. Thank y'all for joining. Not hungry? Well, the rest of us are. See y'all later. Bye-bye.